G'day guys, this is Outback Trekking, and in this episode of the GQ Build, we're swapping out the old headlights for some brand new LED ones. Let's get to it. Righto, so our first step is we're taking out the old grille and we're going to take the old headlights out. So a couple of bolts and nuts, a couple of cable ties as usual, and the grille will be out. Let's do that first and then we can get the headlights out. Second one done. Right, so you all know where I got these from. It's a bit obvious, but from where they came and what I do to all my LED lights and light bars and spotlights is wherever there's a join, I put silicone just in case. I don't want water getting in these because it's bloody annoying when it does and it fogs up and it's all weird. So I'm going to run a bead of silicone around every join, every screw hole and where these leads go in, just to make sure. You don't have to do this, but just in case. And then we'll slip them in, put the grille back on and wire them up. It should be good to go. Righto, so the grille's off, the lights are out, old ones are there. Got the new ones here, done that silicone around it, which is good. Hopefully we won't get any water on it. Grille's in the ground, and what we're going to do now is we're going to put these in the old headlight holders, and then we're going to put the grille back on, and then we can wire it up. Righto, new lights are in, looking pretty smicko, looking pretty cool without the grill on, but we're going to put the grill on now. Got a stack of cable ties somewhere I put over there. So we're going to cable tie the grill back on because I broke the other clips on doing it. And then we'll wire up those lights. So with our headlights, we've got quite a few leads. We've got about 3. So you'll see down there, there's a fat one with a red wire coming off it. We'll do that one later. First one we're going to do is the other wire, which is this one here. We've got to run it across to the other side, to the other connector, and join them together. That will function the headlights together. So I'm going to run mine in front of the radiator here, just so it's out of the way, and we'll hook it up to the other side. Okay, so we're in front of the radiator on the other side. Now we've got this one from the right hand side and this one from the left hand side. Now we're just going to join them together and then lock them together with this little ring that runs around it. Now they are waterproof with a little O-ring there, so it should be good to go. We'll just quickly put that together. All done. That's how she should look. Move on to those wires down there. Now with that connector there and that connector there, you can do this before you put the lights in, but I had some sticky silicone, so I'm just going to do it now. Basically you want to connect the old connector to your new headlight connector, and it should just be plug and play. I think with the Jeep one, go over to the packaging here. If you do have a Jeep, I believe that's what these are for. So they just alter the connector for your factory fitting. But we don't need them. We can just plug and play and plug those in. Just like that. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Right, that's all done. Now you'll probably notice this little red wire here. Now that is for this ring that goes around. That's basically a park light or a DLR driving light or daytime running light. So this is probably the hardest part of this whole thing, which is pretty simple. So basically what we're going to do, well what I'm going to do, you can put this on a switch or something, but I'm going to run it with the parkers. So basically I'm going to take out my parkers on the side here, find the park wire, join a new park wire in, like hijack the power and run it to these lights on that switch there. I'm just going to use some crimp terminals so it's easy. You can solder this if you want, but it's just easier to crimp it really. And we're going to do the same on here with the park light. So we'll take those out and find that wire with the test light. Okay, so I've gone around with test light on both lights with them on a suitable earth point. I went on this bolt here and I just went off the earth on that terminal. So I've found that on the park light it is the green wire with the red stripe which is getting the power. So what we want to do is we want to cut into this and join in there. You can use a Scotch lock thingy and do it, but I think I actually might solder onto there and then have a crimp terminal on the end that accepts it on that red wire down there. Oh, my battery's gone flat in my torch. Righto, put a new torch up and we'll do that. Okay, so this is how I've done it. I've run it off the positive on the Parker there. Soldered it there, run through the factory wiring holes and all that. Comes out through here with the crimp terminal on the end and connects into the loom. Now I've checked this one, it's working all good. So now what I've got to do is move on to the next one over here. We're basically going to do the exact same thing. So I'll get back to you when they're both working, I guess.